It's trash, Low Gearman, and I'll tell you why. I actually just got done making a 47-minute video about it, but I got people here in real time. So here's what they did in classic SDS fashion. They fixed a problem while creating another problem, which I guess they didn't address the problem that they had. There were two problems in the stadium mode. The first problem was not being able to access the stuff from 23 and 24 in Stadium Creator. Okay? All right. Once we get that out the way, we can focus on the next one. Then the next problem is once you get that from the vault and you bring that into the stadium portion of it, the new save stadium portion of it, you're supposed to identify it there too. So now that the vault is fixed, and I use that in quotes, stuff. So this right here is Druid Hill Park. I worked on this March 13th. Okay, this was March 13th. This is the last thing I ever worked on in MLB The Show 24. And I transferred this over. This saved as Baker Bowl in the save portion. So that's where we're at right now. May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. An issue that probably happened before Easter, by the way. We're now 3 holidays into this problem. And, they decided to release a video on Friday about their new baseball cards, as usual. So who knows when this mode is going to be fixed. Wrong thumbnails, wrong title. Let's not forget the fact that there's like a baseball diamond tattooed in the baseball diamond in the thumbnail. Dude, this thing's a mess. This thing's just a mess. It's a mess, and it's going to be even more so of a mess as time goes on. I don't know what to say anymore. I just don't. It's a mess. Max, I just want to say, like, not for the sake of pun, but this is on brand. This is on brand. I don't know in what way I can honestly be nice anymore about this. And I applaud anybody who approaches it with some caviar and delicious wheat crackers. But I just can't no more. Like, this is on brand with SDS and what they do and how problematic they are in regards to communicating to people and their fans. And, it just seems like to me that the proper way to communicate with people is to communicate that, look, we screwed up. There's a problem. We have an issue with Stadium Creator. Because of this, here's 3,000 stubs for you guys. Here's 20,000 stubs. Here is a coupon for MLB The Show 26. Okay? Because I guarantee you there's going to be people not coming back. Me for one of them. It doesn't take me much to not come back to something. I don't have the patience or the wherewithal to sit up here and to have a company ruin its good graces the way they are here. This mode should have been working day one. I'm not going to sit up here and be humble and sit up here and I don't understand programming. I don't understand that stuff. I don't get it. But to be fair, like, I don't understand a lot of stuff, but there's a certain spec of understanding to where, you don't screw over your customers. You don't screw over your fan base. You don't screw over people who haven't done wrong to you. Like we haven't done anything wrong to SDS. And, to sit up here for 2 months and speculate and think that they don't care, I would be fairly in the right to think that they don't care because you haven't said anything. And your most effective way of perpetuating this whole entire thing is by ignoring it, sweeping it under a rug, and not saying anything. If you knew this was a problem before this game came out, why did you not say anything? Where is the QA testing in this? How in the world are we still sitting here in May and we're still putting the plane together up in the air? And the only people who are doing great and are benefiting from all of this are the people who do the baseball card stuff. Hey guys, we're issuing out a new weekend XP thing. Hey guys, it's like, I get sick and tired of SDS doing stuff to the T that's right for Diamond Dynasty and baseball card collection. When co-op mode, all right, I'll get off of complaining about Stadium Builder for a split second. Let's talk about co-op mode. Co-op has been broken for a long time. It wasn't at least looked at and addressed until 10 updates later from the first one, which is update 11. Like, there was a patch for this mode on the first day. And we all sat up here and we were like, oh, wow, does that mean they're adding something new to the mode? Does it mean it? No. Like, this is what I was trying to say in the group project, in the group section of the forum. It's like people are like, people have more ambition outside of that room for this mode than the people who actually work on this mode. That's just it. And I like to be proven wrong. I'll gladly shut up if somebody comes out and say, hey, Gaming Kitchen, like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're working tirelessly on this thing. We're it's great. But that's never going to happen because it's the truth. I literally, in previous other streams here, showed people videos, okay? Yeah, because, and hello, Studio 44. By the way, gave you a shout out on my video. I did talk about how much of a better person you are than me to be very cordial and respectful in this circumstance and situation, which I do applaud you for. Thank you for giving me a shout out on Friday as well. GTA 6, for example, Rockstar has a tendency of taking a long time to produce their stuff. But look how long GTA 5 has been sustained. Has there been any major glitches with GTA 5? Any major glitches besides online mode, which is a kind of like real life right now. But look at Red Dead Redemption. Like look at how hard you have to work in Red Dead Redemption to make glitches happen. Like I hate to say it, but like it's kind of like baseball teams. Your GM is going to determine the character of your team. Your owner is going to determine the character of your GM. Your GM is going to determine the character of your manager. Your managers are going to determine the character of your players. It's just that plain and simple. It's just that cut and dry. If you work on a job that's turbulent, that's draining, that's toxic, best believe that starts all the way up top. And the people who get the most flack are the people who work, the underlings, the people who get paid in pennies and lint balls. They're the ones that get called out and get crap. It's the same thing with SDS and EA and everything. And like I said, me personally, EA is light years better than SDS. And I never thought I would say that, but they are, because how they handled this situation here is piss poor. And I may not have experience in regards to programming. I may not have experience in regards to what it takes to build a game and all this type of stuff. But seriously, we sat up here for 4 years while they sat up here and put Godzilla in this mode, some weird looking naked baby. And I've showed the audio on here before. They did it because of just for shits and giggles. They had no intentions of putting that baby in this mode. They just threw something up against a wall to see if it would stick. So on their TikTok channel, if you guys have it, check it out for yourselves. Have fun. It's on there. So when I sit up here and I see people who are optimistic, I applaud them. I will never, ever, ever condemn people for being optimistic and having dreams. But the fact of the matter is that we are optimistic about a company and people who have not given us a reason to be optimistic about what they'll do. Because right now, all right, I'll put it like this, because I hate to complain and moan, but I like to speak the truth because life is short. Here's the problem. It's May 5th, okay? We are 26 days away from the start of summer, all right, which is the great period of baseball. Not here in Baltimore, but for baseball, okay? We are still waiting to see our thumbnails when we download it from the vault. So we can't even get to any possibilities of SDS, like putting in a new mode, creating the ability to eliminate batter's eyes, to eliminate, to make more infields and all that type of stuff. We can't even think that far, because while we think that far, the reality is they can't even get the mechanics of the mode itself to work properly. I don't think people understand how scary that is. The mechanics of this feature does not work properly. If I save this right here, all right, if I save this right here, all right, and I save over this mode, okay, so we have, let's see here, it's Druid Hill Park. So let's say, let's save this right here, okay? Kingdom for All, I have no clue what that is. So let's save this, all right? Because this is Druid Hill Park, right? Let's save this. And let's exit out of here. So you guys saw what happened, right? So because I saved that as Druid Hill Park, I did not save Druid Hill Park. I saved over George Steinbrenner Field. So I have a duplicate Druid Hill Park here. So these stadiums right here, this stuff right here, you can't delete. This you can't delete. And if you delete that, then that deletes the Druid Hill Park. And you get this weird stuff tattooed on the field. So I now that we're live, there's like 4 people in here. I raised this question to you because I have a video I uploaded about this about some moments ago. But I'll raise it to you now that I'm here. Do you think a company is capable of moving bullpens and listening to us for like cosmetic things when you have an infield tattooed on a baseball diamond like that? This is an abject failure. All around, this is a failure. There is no excuse for this. And like I've said this, I've gone on record. I'm like, unlike other people, God bless them. You know, like I said, Studio 44, you're awesome. You put a lot of work in that video, more work than what I've ever done on my channel. And that explains why I got the followers I got, which is tens of hundreds of people. But that man, applaud him. Because I would have never made a video like that because that took a lot of time and a lot of work. He put his heart and soul in that video. Okay? And then I took it to them and said, hey, look, this dude spitting truth, go talk to him. Go watch the video. But me personally, like I said, I know you guys are never going to make this mode anything. So all I ask is, can you just let the mode work, please? Can I just be able to, like, go in and just look at my ballparks? I can't even do that. I've been gaming for a long time. Long time. I've been gaming since I was 5 years old. Circa 1993. Okay? It's a long time. There's probably people who've gamed longer than me. Okay? But I've been gaming for a long time. And I've seen companies come and go. I've seen game consoles come and go. I've seen a whole bunch of things come and go. I have seen a lot of problems that Madden has had. I have never, in my existence on this earth, ever seen a game company release a game as broken as this one. Okay? Because even Cyber, what was that one that came out in 2020? Cyber something, which people love now. Back then it was an S show. But release a game that has a feature that does not properly work and communicate nothing. It is radio silence from March 14th all the way to now. And there's no apologies. There's no, hey guys, let's make it up to you. Hey, listen, like nothing. The backlash, okay? Studio 44 covered this beautifully, okay? He articulated it better than what I can. But I'll say it because it originated from what I said on my channel. The backlash that you guys got, SDS, yes, I'm talking to you. You'll never view this video, but whatever. The backlash you guys get on a daily basis is not because people hate you. It's not because people despise your game. It's because you guys suck at communication. And until you get good with communication, because you have all these methods and means and social media, okay, to come out and communicate and talk, because you guys don't do that, this is why people are starting to not like you. Okay? And it's the stadium creating community for now. But like I said before, when you do something that's going to piss off the Diamond Dynasty community, guess what? They're going to start coming to your house with pitches and tents and pitchforks and torches and all that stuff too. And they're going to be looking for you like they look for Frankenstein. All right? That's just the way it goes. So I mean, the biggest issue at SDS is the failure to communicate. Look, Rockstar, as much annoyed you can be at Rockstar for delaying GTA 6, they at least communicate and say, hey, listen, we need a little bit more time. We're going to push the date out to a year from now. We apologize for any inconvenience that this causes you. I don't care if it's an answering machine or it's corporate talk. It's something. It's something. It's better than nothing. And I don't know why companies don't get this. I don't know why. These people get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and work for people who make millions of dollars. And they have the comprehension of a person who literally just started walking. They don't get it. They don't understand. They think, okay, our bread is buttered with this with the cards. Our bread is buttered with the stubs and the MUT and all this stuff, and we got them. When those people leave your games, okay, because for MLB The Show, this is going to be popular until July. You have 2 full months, all right, until NCAA Football 26 comes out, and those people, they're going to move on to the NCAA football game, and then they're going to move on to Madden, and so on and so forth. And your game is going to slump. It's already bargain bin because you already cut your prices in half for your game, making it $49.99 after suckering everybody to buy this thing for $70 2 months earlier. Go look on social media, look at how they slash the prices. That should tell you everything you need to know. You're paying $49.99 for a game for a stadium mode that doesn't even work still. It's absurd. It's insane. And yes, this sounds like me complaining and me whining yet again. But I'm going to tell you something, okay? I'll tell you guys something who thinks I'm a whiner and complainer, because there are some people out here like that. All right, the 2 to 5s of you who come through here and say those things like that. I get it and I understand. I come off negative. I come off not positive, and that's fine. That's okay. But what I like to come off as is a person who gets sick and tired of seeing fellow people who are customers get screwed over and suckered in an economy where people can barely afford to get groceries. Okay? Not to get political, but we're getting screwed over here in regards to student loans and all that type of stuff that's starting to kick in. So you barely have any money to allocate to anything. Prices are expensive, food is expensive, all this stuff is expensive. This ish is becoming a luxury, literally. So if you don't have that much money to spend, say, to see your favorite sports team play, or go to your favorite restaurant, or buy your favorite game, when you do, it's special, and it's far and few in between. And to have a company not care about any of that, or at least come off like they don't care about that, is disturbing, and it is downright sad. That is it. Nobody asks for anything. Just like, you can't even get to imagining new scoreboards, new flags, new tape around the fences, and the field dimension numbers on the field. You can't even get to that point because STS is still stuck in. They're still stuck behind the line. They haven't even begun to get up and run. The mode doesn't even work. The mode itself doesn't work properly. So while you're sitting up here wanting them to fix this, they can't do it. Not that they won't, they can't. Because the mode is broken. And if it's not broken, it's partially broken. You know, rubber bands are snapping off the vehicle left and right. Duct tape is peeling off. The wheels are spinning out of control. They're sparkling down the field, down the road, driving, trying to get home. That's where this thing is at. So I saved Druid Hill Park. You know, George Steinfeld Field is gone. For good probably, and you know, there you go. That's that. So now we got 2 versions of Druid Hill Park. So let's go in here and let's see what this is. This is a mess. I'm going to get off here because I got other stuff to do. I got places to go. But I'll just say this, because I will look at this as the unofficial sequel to the video I just uploaded. But I'll say this. I still got stuff to create, so I'm going to create and do what I got to do and persevere. And however it's going to work, it's going to work. But I'll just say this, like this right here, this mode had the potential, okay, to be a beautiful, great mode if it was worked on by a different company, okay? And I don't know who. I don't know who is good at stadium creating and coding and all that type of stuff. But I'm going to tell you who's not good at it. And it's SDS. This should not take too much to try and figure out and work. In fact, you guys should have never released this game with it being broken the way it is broken. And if you guys have such a big ego to where you can't take criticism and you can't take people coming out and who have spent hard-earned money to buy your products, and you guys need to sell the MLB license to EA, let them make MVP Baseball 2026, have a stadium creator feature in that, and I'll gladly migrate over and leave you guys in the dust. Because I'm not going through this crap no more. This whole, I'm going to sit up here and hope and wish and pray and participate and make threads and forums to try and at least squeak out some juice of information. Look, man, you guys could probably care. I could probably be wrong. Ain't the first time I'm wrong. Probably won't be the last. But I'll tell you this straight up. If you guys care, that's great that you know that you care. But you have customers who are purchasing these games from you. And they would help. It really would. I don't know what it would take for you guys to learn that or know that. But, hopefully this situation teaches y'all that. Really shouldn't. Y'all been in business for over 20-some years. But whatever. Hopefully y'all get it right. Hopefully y'all fix it. In the meantime, I will still be conversing with people who are a part of ATG and see how they've successfully built their ballparks. Because when I left Friday morning, I did not expect for it to be like this. I thought this whole thing was fixed and we were good to go and everything was everything. But yet again, I have solely underestimated just how inept it comes to SDS creating and fixing stuff. So, hopefully it gets better, man. I'll see you guys around. As always, stay awesome, stay cool.